everyone. My name is Yoav. I'm the co-founder and CTO of ContextIn. I will tell you a bit about what it is we're doing. So one of the things that amazed me that when looking at the internet market, while everything is so measurable and people can pretty much track everything about anything, the display advertising world is far behind, where people don't have ad networks, don't have the information they need in order to understand what type of traffic they're running and how they are performing. In the next few minutes, I will take you through a use case of an advertiser interested in going into that market and show you the problems he's seeing today and how ContextIn helps to solve them. So in our example here, we have an advertiser interested in selling one of his sporting equipments in his sporting goods store. Obviously, his end goal is to be able to sell one of these products, whether it's golf, cricket, and so on. So the first step, being a bit sophisticated, he decides it makes a lot of sense for him to generate a specific creative for every type of product. So he has one creative for his golf equipment, one creative for some of his fitness products. But the next question, which is not less important, is the decision about where to advertise. How would he get those creatives to appear on the various websites out there? And what is usually being done here is approaching some ad network. The ad network has the specialties, has the know-how to approaching publishers, approaching platforms that allow distributing those ads to as many places as possible. And in fact, after a short time of running, the ad network gets some sense about the general sites that the ads were running. We're seeing here Blogspot or BitTorrent Junkie. Get some information about conversion, whether it's the ROI or the click-through rate. But eventually, at the end of the day, the media buyer, the ad network, remains frustrated. They know they're wasting a lot of their budget. They know some of the ads they're shooting, some of the publishers they're shooting their ads at are just not making them the revenues they expected. But they do not have the tools to understand in the display environment where are those ads. So if you mentioned earlier that we know some general information about the site we're running, so we have an understanding that our ad appeared at Blogger. As all of you probably know, Blogger is such a dynamic environment. Pretty much every user can upload any type of content at any given time. It makes it impossible for the publisher or for the ad network to monitor that and constantly update its targeting. The data that we're running at Blogger is simply not enough to monetize that traffic and to understand what are the steps to be taken. And this is exactly where ContextIn comes to play around. Providing a deeper understanding, a deeper drill down of what are we seeing in Blogger, what type of sites we're running under Blogger, and providing the ability to, at the page level, provide a semantic analysis of the topic discussed at the page. So if we know that we had our ad, as we can see here at some page at Blogger, specifically this page discusses an animation television show, ContextIn detects that by performing an analysis of the page and extracting exactly those topics, giving us the understanding that this page is not really relevant for this type of advertiser. So by now you must be saying that, of course, there are contextual solutions being used in the advertising world. So why hasn't been an attempt to adapt those to the dynamic environment of display advertising? And in fact, there has been several attempts in the past. But the problem with this, that when working the display advertising, where the environment is so dynamic, content is constantly being changed by the users, those solutions often yield inappropriate websites, where eventually the keyword bidding that most contextual solutions are based on are pretty much falling out of place. And what we'll be seeing here is a site that, if we bid on the word golf, is in fact about golf, but in the sense of the Volkswagen car. ContextIn approach detects the topic that this web page is specifically about automobile, and again understands that this is not relevant for our ads. But what happens when ContextIn detects a site that is in fact related to sports? So here we're seeing a website that ContextIn detects that is specifically about golf under the sports category. And understand that this is a good candidate for our advertiser. And as a second layer, and not less important, it understands that an advertiser is not just one entity. An advertiser has a lot of different creatives. Each of them should be used appropriately. And in this example, ContextIn understands that the relevant creative is specifically about golf, eventually yielding to the best possible ad, the best possible creative for the specific user impression. In this use case, we're seeing significant improvement running ContextIn with the existing media buying platforms, showing a great improvement both in the ROI and in the conversion in the CTR for those ads. To summarize, ContextIn provides ad networks the ability to better monetize their existing traffic with semantic multilingual algorithms. It also gives them tools to enhance their media buying process, gives them the understanding about what are the sites that are performing best for them and how to approach new publishers and advertisers. Thank you very much, and we'd be happy to get your vote. Hi.
So first, as a publisher, I would say that this sounds very exciting, obviously. Optimizing my real estate on my page is very important for me. And having the right metrics to analyze the success of locations on the page is key to me for display advertisement. As much as I get all these services for Google for text advertising, I think it's definitely relevant for a lot of publishers. You're aiming at the ad networks. My question is, why are you not aiming at the publishers or consumers, front publishers, I would say?
So actually, that's a very good question because there are many different ways that this approach can be tackled. And giving the publisher the information and giving it the tools to better approach advertisers and help them to sell more information is something that is interesting. We feel that the more power, the more diverse the advertising inventory is, our solution can yield better results. Our approach is to go to an ad network who is seeing not only one specific publisher, maybe either big or small, but actually has a lot of different types of content, and today, no information. As a publisher, similar techniques can be used, but the product itself is a bit different. The data that should be extracted about a specific page is somewhat different. Our tools are aimed more for the ad network / large advertiser side, providing tools to gain that visibility and become more accountable, more profitable with the data that they're seeing. Yeah, the solution currently supports most of the European languages. Its core technology, in essence, is multilingual, and we're expanding as we go, as we get additional requirements to new languages.
And how did you go in the category? So basically, you have like, I don't know, sport, football. Do you go another level?
Sure. So regarding the current taxonomy, we currently work with a basic category list of 350 categories in a hierarchy manner. I have to admit that we started up with more depth with our level. When we approached ad networks, they said that this is too granular for them. They need to remain in those general categories in order to work with their advertisers. Our technology allows adapting to new taxonomies and adding additional layers. The entire process is fully automatic. It's more a marketing decision than anything else.
Do you offer anything for mobile, or just web? Like, do you have like any kind of personalization or any kind of specification for mobile network?
So we're currently working only on the web environment. We're integrated with the major platforms where ad network used to buy media. We have not approached the mobile, although we see it as an interesting opportunity for the future.
טוב, תודה רבה.